For those of you who are taking Thesis Seminar, I wanted to review very generally some key things to take into consideration when you're doing your analysis. One thing I want to mention first here is this website, Transcribe. And from here you can upload audio and transcribe your audios from, for example, your interviews, any recordings you have from interviews or focus groups. Remember that any interview or focus group that you do conduct, you need to have a recording for. Once you have those recordings, you can upload the audio to this website and then transcribe. If you click here, you should be given an option to upload certain files. And you'll notice here you have the file. You can hit play. There are certain tools here that you can use to advance. You can also adjust the speed by hitting F3, F4. F3 slows down the audio, F4 speeds it up. And once you have transcribed the information here, you have options to export. You can export as an MD file or just a plain text file. You can also import it directly to your Google Drive. And they have some additional tips here as well. So this is a good tool. It's free, and it actually doesn't even upload the file. So it basically just allows you to play your file via the web browser, and from here you can transcribe your text. So once you finish your transcription, you'll be looking at your text, and you'll need to come up with a coding system. So you'll have to code and highlight certain parts of your text to come up with codes. You're going to have different codes related to whatever it is you're researching, and when you have completed all of the codes, you'll be grouping the codes into categories. Those categories will then be joined into more theoretical concepts. So think of it again as moving codes to categories, categories to themes, themes to general theories. And so think about that as you are analyzing your data. If we need to sit down and discuss which codes to use, which text follows certain codes, we need to have those conversations. And we can do that now during our data collection period, or we can do that when we come back maybe the first week after you've had a chance to analyze all of your data. But if you are wanting to begin writing up your analysis during vacation, then we need to have a discussion so that you're clear on which codes that you can use and really how you approach this process of moving codes to categories, categories to themes, and themes to different theoretical aspects. So think of it as moving from very specific ideas and generalizing it upwards, right? So this is in general terms, this is how you'll be looking at and analyzing your transcriptions. So if anyone has any questions about how to use this software or the process of coding, then we can talk about that either in our next tutoring session, or if you want to come by my office, we can discuss it. But I would like to first kind of present very generally the approach of coding, how you might go about transcribing your audios to text and then analyzing your text, and then talk very concretely one-on-one with each of you to look at specific codes that will apply again to your research. It's not necessary to have all of the codes predetermined, so you might be thinking about certain codes based on your research questions, but realize that a lot of these codes will emerge as you are going through the process of analyzing your text. And again, you're looking for words, keywords, or group of words that follow into certain types of categories and certain types of concepts. So feel free to contact me if we need to discuss this in more detail, again within the context of your own research. And if you find it necessary to analyze as you go, certainly you can do that. If you have your transcriptions completed after each observation, you want to bring in your codes or bring in your transcriptions, we can sit down and look at your transcriptions and discuss the coding system that is most appropriate for your study. So I hope this helps. Again, if you do have any questions, feel free to contact me.